machines designed and built to move material efficiently and dependably. You can color them safe. Equipment like this is safe. The only thing that can make it otherwise is the way it's used, how it's handled by the guy at the controls. And you can say this for most forklift operators: they're professionals. They're proud of their skill on these machines, proud of their ability to get the job done right. They have good safety records, most of them. Only now and then will you find the exception, the one who takes chances, the guy who's too busy to read his manual, to learn the rules, the guy who fails to follow instructions or takes a chance. On the job or off, he's the guy who forgets the color of danger. Red like blood. The color that says, watch it. The color that warns of trouble ahead. And whenever that warning is ignored, disaster can strike. It can strike on the street or on the job. So most professional operators heed the warning signs. They look for the color of danger. But they realize also that not all hazards can be marked or lighted. Signs can't be everywhere that danger might appear under certain conditions. And so they've learned to think ahead, to sense trouble before it develops. In a way, they see the color of danger even when it isn't there. For example, ahead of this operator are a number of places that good sense would color red for danger. Places where the worst might happen if the operator were not alert. Let's say it again. A truck like this will do its job safely, provided it's properly used. But misuse can reduce its built-in margin of safety in many ways. Load a truck beyond its rated capacity and the steering is affected. This may mean nothing more than a poorly negotiated turn and some expensive castings broken. Nobody hurt. Not this time. But faulty steering has been known to kill people. But even with no load and perfect steering, the careless operator can get himself in trouble. This fella fails to lower his mast, forgets he has to pass under an overhead obstruction in the form of a temporary steam line. His thoughtlessness adds up to the color of danger. Professionals follow the basic rule. Always lower the mast when traveling from one point to another, with or without a load. Keep the forks low. If visibility is a problem, travel in reverse. And they keep in mind this principle. Raising a load also raises a truck's center of gravity. When this happens, it's time to take it easy. A clumsy hand on the lift or tilt lever can start a chain reaction that leads to trouble. There's nothing like a little jolt to drive a lesson home. Some unmarked hazards are so obvious that anyone should spot them. Where would you put the color of danger in this scene? First of all, that load is loose on the pallet. And those railroad tracks will produce quite a bump at the speed he's going. The best advice about crossing tracks is reduce speed and always cross them at an angle instead of head-on. It's always condition red on a loading dock. Loose dock plates, wheels not blocked, slippery decks. Any of these can cause trouble. An operator who doesn't see the color of danger before he drives into a trailer isn't likely to see it after.
Hold it!
It's not a good idea to depend on others to see danger for you. So always check the dock plate and make sure the wheels are chocked before you begin working a truck. People who take things for granted are especially apt to miss the color of danger when it flashes. This machine is in the shop to have the brakes repaired, but the mechanic, Harry Swartz, gets called away before he can complete the job. And he forgets to put a warning tag on the machine. The operator, Bob Broward, is there at 9:20. Harry promised him his truck would be ready by 9, so it must be ready. So why wait to see Harry? Or why, for that matter, take time to inspect the machine? Here's why. He starts down an incline with no brakes. There's a sharp turn at the bottom. It's condition red all the way.
What happened, Bob? You hurt?
No.
Maybe I'll take you over here and let you sit down for a minute.
No.
Heck of a way to stop a truck.
A 12,000-pound truck crash lands pretty hard. That's why an operational check is important, especially when it's been in the shop for repairs. But whether it's been in the shop or it's just the start of the shift, the experienced operator makes sure his machine is ready to go. He checks the hydraulic oil. The clutch. And the water. He checks the engine oil. Looks at the tires. And his instruments. And he tests his brakes. He reports a faulty operation immediately. He doesn't take a chance. Yes, a professional takes pride in his machine and in the way he does his job. He not only knows his machine and its capabilities, but he makes sure he knows the material he has to handle. A real pro would never fail to take into account loosely secured containers, and he'd use special care when working at this height. Several thousand cans is an awful mess to clean up. These machines will move